I'm Dr. James Duran, and today I'd like to talk to you about ways to minimize pain associated with back spasms. While back pain from a strain or a sprain is always hard to deal with, back spasms can be a whole different animal. They're often a protective mechanism that helps stabilize an area of the spine that's been injured. When a joint in the body is injured, the muscles that surround that area will tighten to prevent it from being compressed or stretched. Back spasms are painful and restrictive. However, there are things you can do to minimize that pain and reduce the amount of time that these muscles are in spasm. Let's take a look at some options and discuss some of the benefits. Rest is important, but this doesn't mean necessarily strict bed rest. You should avoid any activity that aggravates or causes a spasm. This can include heavy lifting and certain exercises that stress the area. Walking can actually help loosen up tight muscles in the back. If you choose to include walking to deal with a spasm, make sure you don't overdo it. Slow down your normal pace, maintain good posture, and limit the distance or time you walk. Also, make sure you're not using any jarring steps and be as fluid as possible. If you choose to use an anti-inflammatory medication, ibuprofen and naproxen are most commonly prescribed. Muscle relaxants can also help to ease the spasm, but can sometimes fool us into thinking our problem is relieved when it's really just hidden. A product that we frequently use in the office is called BioFreeze. It's an analgesic gel that goes on without any smell and also helps to relieve both the pain from the spasm as well as the spasm itself. Apply ice to the area of spasm for the first 48 to 72 hours. The recommended method is to apply ice for 15 to 20 minutes, removing for 40 to 45, and then reapplying. Repeat this cycle as often as possible during the first 2 to 3 days after a spasm begins. Using a thin towel or t-shirt between you and the ice pack helps to prevent any frostbite. Many people apply ice for a longer period of time with no ill effects, but sometimes the area becomes too cold and the body starts to pump more blood into that area. When this happens, that's going to increase that inflammation, and the idea is to flush that area. Ice can also help to reduce the use of painkillers as it will raise the pain threshold. Heat can help to promote healing in the area by drawing in nutrients and flushing toxins, but it can also draw more fluid into the inflamed area. If you need to use heat, ideally maximize at 15 to 20 minutes and follow with ice. Once the inflammation has been reduced, you can begin doing gentle stretching exercises using a foam roller and exercise ball. Stretching these muscle fibers can help relax and further soothe the back spasm. So go ahead and have you get right down on the floor, and you want the foam roller basically perpendicular to the spine. And go ahead and rest right on there, and you're just going to roll on that. Go to about where the belly button would be, and then you can roll up all the way up to the top where the trapezius or just above the shoulder blades are. And a lot of times by bringing the arms in and crossing those over, that helps open up the shoulder blades that will help move more of those segments of the spine and also get to those muscles that are tight along the shoulder blades. Okay, and another great thing you can use is the exercise ball. And what you can do is go ahead, start in a seated position and then roll that out so that's right kind of in the middle of the back between the shoulder blades there. And this is going to help to stretch those muscles and also kind of introduce some motion into the spine. And obviously when you're doing this, you want to do it next to a chair or couch, so if you do lose your balance, you've got something to grab onto there. And you can lay in that stretched position for a few minutes, and then when you're ready, just go ahead and roll back up into that seated position, and then you are ready to go. If need be, you can use a tennis ball to focus on a specific muscle group. Simply place the ball on the floor and lie on top of it, positioning it underneath the tender spot in your back. If this is too painful, try putting the tennis ball on the bed instead, as this will reduce the pressure on your back. Ideally, you want to relax, keep breathing, because breathing will help. And if you find that after a few minutes the pressure is lessened, you can then move the ball to another spot and repeat as necessary. If after 72 hours of ice, ibuprofen, and stretching the spasm hasn't relieved, you should really visit your chiropractor. By addressing the underlying joint problem, the muscles will no longer need to spasm to prevent that area from being exacerbated. Our office uses a combination of chiropractic, electric muscle stimulation, acupuncture, and laser therapy to address and correct your problem as quickly as possible. I'm sure you found these ideas helpful, so feel free to contact our office and schedule an appointment. Call 303-463-0722 or visit us on the web, westdenverchiropractor.com. I'm Dr. Jim Duran, and thanks for watching.